My name is Andrea Kilgo, and I would like to today to just simply give you some pros and cons about breastfeeding versus bottle feeding. We know there's always controversy of which is better, and it's just a personal decision on a mom based on the facts that she has. So today I would just like to give a couple of facts, just pros and cons of each. You make an informed decision. I like to start with breastfeeding. We know that even with moms who really don't want to breastfeed, it is encouraged of them for at least the first 2 weeks to breastfeed their baby for the number one reason, and that is the colostrum, which is transferred from the mom to the baby to assist with immunization, immunity, and that stuff. It helps build up antibodies in the baby. With breastfeeding as well, there's less spitting up for the baby. There's a faster digestion. There's less chance of ear infections. It's better for mom for a number of reasons. For one, there's cancers that are less prevalent in women that breastfeed. Also, it's better for mom mentally because it helps with her not developing mental disorders during the postpartum period. It also helps mom physically. It helps with the contraction of the uterine. It aids, in mom maintaining her weight, getting her weight down. And it also helps the baby in the fact that there's less adult obesity. It also aids, doesn't cause bonding between mom and baby, but it does aid in the bonding process. Then there are some cons to breastfeeding. Although there are lots of advantages, there are some things that are not so good for breastfeeding. One being there's a lack of vitamin D in breast milk. Number two, there's engorgement of the breast. And now this affects mom, and in the fact that when the breast become engorged, it's very painful, and the breast may even become inflamed and scaly. And for the babe, that's a downside, because if mom is engorged and hurting, then she's not able to properly breastfeed. Also, the other bad thing about breastfeeding is that it's time consuming. Mom can't fix the bottle, and run around. Mom has to sit still and pay attention to the child and actually breastfeed. There's no help for mom. It is a time of feeding for the child when only mom can do it. Also, it's a demand feeding. If child cries and child is hungry, then mom has to feed. And also with mom's medications, those medications are affected in the aspect that a lot of medications that mom take may not be good for the child, so mom has to decide which is more important. Of course, the child is more important, but if you have psychiatric problems as such, then it's not as easy a decision to not take your medications. And you also have to consider diet. Mom has to consider what she eats, what she consumes when she is breastfeeding. So those are some cons against breastfeeding. So you have pros and you have cons. So please make an informed decision. If you are pregnant, if you intend on getting pregnant, or if you anticipate pregnancy, feeding is automatic. There will be feeding. So decide which is going to be best for you and your family and for your child, whether you're going to breastfeed or bottle feed. But remember, with breastfeeding, please remember, if not only but for the first 10 to 14 days, please breastfeed, because that is one very good advantage to breastfeeding. Now I'd like to talk to you a little bit about bottle feeding. Now, bottle feeding also has pros and cons. And when you looked at the cons on the breastfeeding, it told you a lot about the pros for bottle feeding. And number one is that it's a shared feeding. Dad can help feed the baby. If mom is busy, uncle and auntie and grandparents can help feed the baby because the bottles are prepared. Which is one of the cons for breastfeeding, is that the time for preparation. You have to prepare the milk for the child and have it ready. Another pro with bottle feeding is measured amounts. You can measure out the amount of fluid or intake that you want your child to consume. You can schedule the feedings. You can control the nutrition. It's better for working moms in that they can prepare this and they can able to go to work and send the children to daycare and such, and the child can be fed. There's less scrutiny for public feeding, which is one of the cons that I did miss on bottle feeding. There's so much controversy over whether moms should be allowed to openly breastfeed in public. It is a natural phenomenon for moms to be able to breastfeed, but there's just so much controversy. And so with bottle feeding, you don't have that stigma, you don't have that scrutiny, and so public feeding is, seems to be more natural and more accepted. Also with bottle feeding, mom doesn't have to consider her medications. If she's on medications, she can take them as directed, and they will not affect the child. And also, mom doesn't have to consider her diet. She doesn't have to consider if she's taking in enough of this or enough of that, because the child's nutrients are taken in by the milk that they consume in the bottle. Now, before I go, I would like to share some cons on bottle feeding. One thing is it can be very costly. You have to buy bottles. You have to buy something to wash the bottles with. Bottles can be costly, and now with the different type that they're coming out that, different pediatricians suggest or don't suggest, they are very costly. Another bad thing for bottle feeding is that there's preparation time. So in that, it can be time consuming. With bottle feeding, you have to lug those bottles around with you. You have to pack a bag and keep them cool and make sure they don't get too hot so that they don't spoil, which is another con for bottled milk. Also, there's more chance of ear infections in children that are bottle fed. Children that are bottle fed too long have a more of a chance of having buck teeth. They are found to have more cavities, and they do develop more obesity as adults. And a lot of them have milk allergies, and they are sensitive to the milk. So I just want you to be able to make an informed decision. You know the pros and the cons for breastfeeding, the pros and the cons for bottle feeding. If you are a parent or you are anticipating becoming a parent, please make an informed decision, and please make a decision that suits you and your family and not society, because after all, it is a personal decision and it is what works best for you and your child. Enjoy being a mother. It is a wonderful experience. I wish you all the best. Make an informed decision. Thank you. Bye.